It was written by this guy whose name was Paul. He was an apostle, and he was really important. In fact, he wrote a whole bunch of letters in our Bibles. And he was writing to a guy named Timothy, who was, well, he said it was his son, but it really wasn't. And he was giving him advice on all kinds of things. And in the first, he sent him 2 letters, but in the first letter, he said these words: "But godliness with contentment is a great gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and we can take nothing out of it." People who want to get rich, they fall into temptation and a trap, and into foolish and harmful desires that plunge men into destruction and wickedness. And then he said these words. He said, "The love of money is a root of all kinds of evil." Some, eager for money, have wandered from the faith and have pierced themselves with many griefs. But you probably don't know nothing about that. On Christmas morning, when Nova Mama and I did.
I think I'm going to be here.
You are. See, I got up. I set my alarm the night before, real early in the morning, like before the sun came up and before Mama got up. And I decided I was going to make Mama breakfast. So I made her toast, and I made her eggs, and I made her coffee, except I kind of burnt the toast. And my eggs, it was real runny. And I forgot to use a coffee filter. And the coffee was kind of lumpy. But anyway, I had it all set out on the table when Mama got up and she came to the table and she smiled all the way from one ear to the other. And she sat down and she ate my breakfast. And she said, "Norris, this is about the best breakfast I ever ate." But I said, "Mama, the toast is awful, and the eggs are bad, and I messed up the coffee bad." And she said, "Oh, but Norris, I love it because you made it for me." Have you ever made breakfast for your family, mister? Well, anyway, she thought it was a great breakfast. Well, after we cleaned up the dishes together, we went to the nursing home to visit Grandma and Grandpa. They don't hear very well anymore. They don't talk a whole lot, but their eyes get real bright when we come to visit them. And they love to hear us tell stories, so I told them the story of the most wonderful and the most awful breakfast ever. And their eyes twinkled. And then we talked about Christmases, like when I was a little kid, and they laughed and they remembered. And then my mama told stories about when she was a little girl having Christmas with them. And they remember that too. We talked for hours. And then we wished them a Merry Christmas. And told them we loved them. And we laughed. Mama had arranged it that we'd go down to the soup kitchen in town and help people have something to eat. But I don't know why they called it a soup kitchen, because we didn't serve soup. We had turkey and potatoes and dressing, gravy, cranberry sauce. And And Mama said that those people don't have anywhere to go for Christmas. In fact, Mama said they don't have anywhere to go at all. But they was pretty nice. And we had Christmas with them. And then me and Mama, we went back home after that. And we sat down at the kitchen table and we sang Happy Birthday to Jesus and had pumpkin pie. I know you're supposed to have cake when you celebrate a birthday, but I like pie better, and Mama said it was okay this year. I really like pumpkin pie. And then Mama said, Norris, I have a little gift for you. And then I remembered I had a gift for Mama too. And I ran to my room to get it. You see, a few weeks before that, I had been looking for something to give to my Mama for Christmas. And I didn't have much to spend, so I went down to this little pawn shop down the road. And I looked at all the stuff, and most of the stuff Mama wouldn't want. And then I saw it. It was about this big, and it was bright silver, and it had all these decorative engravings on it. And when you opened it up, it had red velvety pillows on the inside. And it was just big enough to hold Mama's harmonica. At home, she just put it in an old cigar box. So I took it to the owner and I said, Mister, I want to buy this for my Mama for Christmas. And he said, son, that's real silver. It's pretty expensive. I told him I didn't have much money, but I told him I had a whole box of those baseball cards like he had in the front window. And he said, tell you what, go get your baseball cards and I'll look through and see what we can do. And so I ran home as fast as I could, and I grabbed up my shoebox full of baseball cards, and I ran back there, and I showed him the cards, and I waited. It felt like I waited 2 years long. He looked at all the cards, and he'd opened up these books and looked to see how much they was worth. And after what seemed like forever, he said, young man, I'll tell you what, I'll trade you straight up all your baseball cards for the silver box. I really liked my baseball cards, but I really loved my Mama. And so I traded straight up. And I took the silver box home, and I wrapped it in Christmas paper, and I hid it under my bed. And I had forgotten all about it until Mama said she had a present for me. My mama always said that Christmas presents are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And she didn't know what she was going to get. So I gave her my present. And she took 2 years to open it. She peels off every piece of cake first, and then gently folds the paper back smooth so she can use the paper again. It took forever. But then she saw it, and I couldn't wait to tell her what it was. And I said, Mama, it's a silver box for your harmonica to go in. Look inside, it's got these red velvety pillows inside. Keep it safe. And my Mama's eyes started leaking. They leaked all over the place. And she said, Norris, that's the most beautiful silver box I've ever seen.